Hey, me, it only has to make sense to you. I don't care what anybody else just told you. I don't care what Bobby, Sammy, Tiffany, and Riri said. It only has to make sense to you. Even when it doesn't make sense to you, you know what you're doing. On a higher level, you know exactly what you're doing. I don't even know where I'd be right now if I listened to other people, and it's funny because people will project onto you. That doesn't make any sense. Don't do that. Me personally, I will always disobey other people's don't do that. Do it like I'm going to do it the way I want to do it, right? Intuitively. That's how I move. And it's hilarious for me because each and every time I have followed my spirit's guidance, it works out in the most blissful way. And I'm like, I'm never like, it never fails to surprise me. It could happen 30 times in the same day, and I'll still be surprised each and every time. You know, nobody is supposed to hear your calling. It isn't a conference call. This is a call with you and your higher self. So why does it need to make sense to other people? A lot of the time too, after I, oh hi. A lot of the time too, after I do something and I honor my spirit, people come to me and so it did work out then, huh? People, listen to me. Nobody like revolutionary went without being called crazy at least once, or ridiculous, or nuts, or delusional. You know what I'm saying? Imagine, like back then, they're like, oh, man, this guy really thinks he can harness lightning and create electricity. Look at this guy. Outlets in every building in the world. Man, this guy really thinks he can create a device that allows you to talk to people from across the world without having actually being physically in front of them. Everyone's pocket. In everybody's pocket. Everyone's got their head cocked down looking at their phone to this day. Man, this guy really genuinely believes he can find a way to get around the world quickly without using horses. See that? What label do you give that? What label is that? What do you call that? There's like so many different labels for that thing right there. And underneath all of those labels, it just is. Isn't that crazy? Nothing actually has nothing actually has a word. We just make them up. Shoot. Oh my god. Anyway, you know what I'm saying? Oh, this person genuinely thinks they can create this thing that seems to be intelligent like humans and pretend to talk back to you as if it's a human and it's smart. AI is everywhere. AI is everywhere. Do you think those people made sense at first? Like, genuinely. This guy thinks he can harness light and put it into a bulb and light rooms without fire. See that light right there? In every building in the world, if not most. It doesn't have to make sense to anyone. Holding yourself back to be understood is, I would say, the only sin you can make against yourself. Is letting other people cloud you because they can't comprehend you, right? That's not your problem. They can't comprehend you. They can't comprehend how you're moving, how you're getting by, what your methods are. They can't comprehend it, so they try to put you in a box. Personally, I'm going to break out of that box every single time. Personally. And you'll find that when you begin moving the way you want to move, nonsensical to the others, they'll start to actually be inspired by you to move how they want to move. Because everybody believes that there's one way to do things, and that's a complete and utter lie. So, your intuition knows the exact perfect way. You just have to be willing to literally say to everybody. You have to be willing to just say no, thanks, don't care, didn't ask. And even when people like try to give me advice, suggestions, their opinions, try to persuade me, sometimes, I see it as like a test a little bit, like your higher self sends you a person to ask you to change what you're going to do, to see if you're going to accept it or stay true to yourself. So I think that everybody serves as like a teacher. Like, it doesn't have to be a bad thing. I used to get really triggered when people would like oppose me. How dare you, maggot? You imbecile. How dare you? And I have now just learned to be grateful for everything. I mean, everything. Everything. Embarrassment is a choice. I don't care what you say. Embarrassment is 100% a choice. If I don't care, look at me. It's the best lighting for me to say this. If I don't care, I don't care if I'm standing all by myself. I'm gonna stand 20 toes, all by myself if I have to, behind my inner compass. You trying to be understood by other people is what's holding you back. So, play, like, oh my God, go play, go have fun in this game, this earth game, you know what I mean? Only has to make sense to you. I don't care what your boys told you. I don't care what your mama told you. I don't care what your guidance counselor told you, what your spiritual coach told you. I don't care if Buddha or Krishna themselves landed right in front of you and said, hey, that doesn't make any sense, babe. It only has to make sense to you. You're the only one here. This is your reality. And it's so funny, like the blatant shift that happens when you just like say no to everything else. It's like people just kind of like give up trying to convince you, and eventually they'll go with it. You just have to be willing to go through that period of being misunderstood heavily. You know what I mean? I'm somebody that doesn't require to understand other people. I'm someone that people struggle to understand. My whole life I've always been that way. People always see me as this enigma, this mystery, bro, even I don't know what's next. I don't even know what's happening tomorrow. I don't. So, yeah, let everyone be confused about you. You're doing it right. That's true flow. If you can predict my next move, I don't know if that's my move. You feel me? I don't know if that's the right thing for me to do. Because even I don't know. But that's okay. That's beautiful. I don't have to know. It's already taken care of. So, whether or not it makes sense to me, please, be yourself. I support you. I don't even know who I'm just talking to myself right now. Really, though. Even you who's watching this, you're me. So, hi, me. I'm also your higher self talking to you for your higher self because you can't hear it for some reason. So this video was you probably resonated with clicking on this because you felt the call. This is the call. It only has to make sense to you. It's easier than it seems. We just get in our own heads. We want to be able to relate, to be relatable. But this way of life is a whole other language. It's a whole other frequency. It's a whole other energy. The way you walk, the way you talk, when you're being authentic, that's a whole other video that I'm going to make. But I can't wait to see what you create or what moves you make or what you do because the passion called you there. That's your number one guiding factor, your excitement, your passion, and your bliss. It's so easy. It's so freaking easy. Why do we do this to ourselves, humans? Okay, I want this video to be shorter. But, These videos I'm going to start making, they serve as not just me talking to the collective, but also to myself. I'm reminding myself as well with all of these videos that I'm going to make. I'm reminding myself just as much that it only has to make sense to me. All is well. I love you. Yeah. Ashe, homie.